Colt, could you discuss your reaction to the news?
I mean, my reaction was, I just always prepare myself to play, and that's obviously a coach's decision. So I was in the building Monday and Tuesday preparing just like I would if I was a starter or wasn't the starter, watching the same tape. So, Jay talked to me. I know this is a significant decision for our team, and I understand that. And, moving forward, just want to go out there and play the best I can and help our team as much as I can, try to find a way to win some games.
Excuse me.
What do you think that he's asking of you guys most that makes you a better option than the other two?
I don't want to get into, who's better, who's not. For me as a quarterback, I think Jay expects us to make the right decisions with the football, get us in the right plays when he asks us, to get us in those plays versus blitz versus different coverages that we see. Go to the right place with the football. Just make good decisions. The way I approach it, we have great receivers. We have great tight ends, good running back. Our running game has picked up over the last few weeks, which I think is a big positive for us. And, I just want to go out there and distribute the football and be smart and, score points.
Colt, how tough is this now walking into this, because there's been so much upheaval every single week, new quarterbacks, trying to get comfortable with guys. How tough is this all on you guys to prepare week in and week out, and specifically for you this week?
Yeah, I just try to approach it one day at a time. Get some timing and rhythm down with the receivers, the wideouts. Make sure our protections are right, my calls are right from the line of scrimmage, getting the linemen used to my cadence again. There's just little things like that that I think, throughout the week, guys get used to, and maybe a little rusty today, probably be a little rusty tomorrow, but hopefully by game time, we've nailed down enough of our game plan to understand each other, where we're going to be, and give our best effort on Sunday.
Colt, I'm just wondering, we've seen Robert a couple times this season. As of Sunday, we'll see you a couple times this season. We've seen Kurt. We've seen it all. You guys practice together. You work together. You're in the film room together. What kinds of discussions have you guys had as this all has been going on? And have you talked to Robert since Coach made this particular decision? Yeah,
I've talked to Robert. Robert's a pro. He's done a great job. That's a hard decision, and it's just a hard thing. But he's handled it great and been a great teammate. So. I didn't expect anything less from him. He's been great all year long. So I think the thing for me is, before the Tennessee game, I never had a rep with these guys. So it took some adjustment for them to figure out the way that I play, the way I stand in the pocket, the way I move, the things that I see. So I think the big adjustment will be after sitting for 3 or 4 weeks like I have, if we can pick that back up and move forward. It's unfortunate that we're 3-8, but I think this team still believes in each other. Defense played great last week. Our run game was good last week. If we can put it all together, we feel like we have a chance against anybody. So I think that's the key for us is, can we come together as a unit? Can we score some points on offense? And moving forward, let's just move forward as one. And our goal is simple: is to win games.
Colt, do you sense your teammates? Do they look at you a different way now, having played with you for a couple games, than what they did, or is their confidence level in you different than what it was?
Yeah, I think my teammates have responded well. I know they're confident in me. I just have to go out there and play smart football, do what I'm coached to do, get the ball in the receiver's hands. Hopefully get our run game going early, and I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm not thinking about tomorrow or the next day. Just focus on my approach, focus on confident, and, figuring out what I have to do to get myself prepared to play Sunday.
Well, after the overtime win at Dallas, there obviously was an argument to keep you in as a starter for the next week. Can you tell us how you handled the news that, that would be the game that Robert started and your moment would stop then? And give us any insight from a quarterback's perspective on how one handles news that you're benched when you don't feel like maybe it's the right decision or the right thing?
Well, I don't know if I was benched per se, more so than I understood my role. I understood my role when I came here as the number 3. I know the things that I've been through my career, and I'm probably as thankful and appreciative as anybody to be playing on the field again. So, I think that for me, my approach just needs to be the same that it's been ever since the day that I got here, and that's understanding what Jay wants within our offense, within quarterback play, and where he wants me to go with the football, being smart, being confident, being a leader, all those things. And I've just tried to be the same guy in the building every day, and that's not going to change.
Colt, I know you talk about 1 week at a time, focusing on each game as it comes, but this is an opportunity for you. You said you were the number 3 coming in, didn't think you'd be in this position necessarily. You have a chance here if you play well to have good things happen for you. How hard is it not to look ahead, not to look beyond just this 1 week?
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's really not. I mean, my approach is the same. Last week when we were going into the 49ers game as it is this week, I'm just taking reps. Because as a backup, you always have to be prepared to go into a game and, help your team win. So, again, I'm doing my best to make my focus, my approach one day at a time. Not worried about the things going on around me, other distractions. Kind of staying in my 3-foot world, and that's the way I'm gonna keep approaching it.
Kind of along those same lines, 1 week at a time. And Jay made it sound like it's a one game. You're starting this game. After that, who knows? Would you have felt better if you said, "Hey, it's yours for the rest of the season"? Or does it make any difference to you?
Again, that's obviously a coach's decision and an organizational decision. It's way beyond my pay grade. So for me, I know I'm starting this week, and I'll do everything that I can to be prepared for that.
Well, you had warmed up, I think, the other game because of Robert took a pretty stiff hit, and then the previous game against Tampa Bay, Jay came in and said, late in the game, he had thought about making the switch, but then figured, what's the point? When you had that meeting with him yesterday, did you have an inkling that change would be made? Did you get any kind of idea that you were coming in here on Tuesday and you were going to get some good news?
I didn't know. And again, that's not my decision. So I just think that I can go back to, whenever I stopped playing against Dallas and I became the backup again, Robert was playing. You gain some confidence from a game like that. You gain some confidence from the game before that, coming off the bench, and so. I guess my approach has been a little bit different since then as far as, seeing things, understanding what we want to do offensively. And so I really kept my mind in the game even though I wasn't playing. And, Jay told me to always be ready, and, that was my job. And, so I don't guess that I knew that this change was going to happen. I just, always prepared for, whatever comes of it.
Colt, to build off of that, and Mike asked how the team reacts to you now, more confidence, having had that success for you personally. It had been a while since you had success in this league. Having had those couple of games now, do you feel more like, oh, that's right, I can do this at this level again?
I've grown up a lot. I've learned a lot from some of the experiences that I've had. But, I think the biggest thing is I just trust in my teammates. I trust the offensive line that they're going to do their job. We have great receivers who are capable of, doing tremendous things when the ball's in their hands. Our running back is running well. Our run game has picked up. So, I'm confident in all the guys around me. I just want to go out there and compete as best I can and hopefully find a way to win.
You've kind of been in Robert's shoes. You've been a young guy with the promise of a franchise, and things didn't play out the way you thought. What advice would you give him, or have you given him, on just how to stick with it, not to get discouraged by setbacks like this where things look like your career's derailing?
Yeah, Robert and I hadn't specifically talked about that. But if that moment comes, we'll be fine. We're good friends, and again, he's handled it tremendously in the building, at practice, all those things. He's been a true pro. So, he knows that he has a strong faith, that he's pretty grounded, he's confident in his ability, and he will get another opportunity.
What would your words or advice to him be in that situation?
Yeah, it'd be something along those lines, like just, continue to work on your game, continue to improve. In my case, you never know when the opportunity is going to come up again that you're going to go out and play and be counted on. So don't get discouraged and continue to compete. But again, Robert has a strong faith. He's very confident. And so, I assume that that's the way he's approaching it already.
Colt, people say on the outside they know who you are, they know who Robert is as a quarterback, whatever, and however they define that. How have you grown, I guess, just from having time in this league to mature as a man, as a player, as a quarterback, and how can that also not only has benefited you, but how can it also benefit Robert?
Yeah, I accept all the responsibility of my past and, the first couple years of my career. And, we didn't win games, and unfortunately I lost my job because of it. And, I accept that. But I've also learned from that. I've grown up. I've watched good quarterbacks play. I truly feel like I'm in a place where I could be successful with the offense that we run. We got good players around me. And, again, I'm not focused on what's going to happen now. My focus is literally on today, getting better today, focusing on our game plan. And, I think that'll be my approach as the rest of the season goes on is, just take it 1 week at a time and play your best and figure out a way to get this team rolling again.
Thanks, Colt.
Okay. Thanks, y'all.